Hello and welcome to the BDTV Late Show. I'm your host, Ken. Is your left eye okay? Because you've been looking right all day. Now, as you know, Christmas is upon us. We were ever so happily reminded because, as you may have noticed in the past couple years, the American government has taken away Thanksgiving and basically replaced it with Black Friday. Yay for commercialism in America. Anyways, everyone, while you're all out shopping and getting everything done, I thought it would be a nice event to spend time with your family, but apparently not. Apparently, shopping is more important. Anyway, whatever, we have a fantastic show for you tonight. My good buddy Nick is here. We have a performance coming up from The Suspicious Gentleman. And now I would like to turn my attention over to my lovely co-host, Miss Lydian. How are you doing tonight, Lydian?
Good, how are you?
I'm doing fantastic. You know, those are some really fantastic shoes you have on today.
Well, you know, I try.
You know, it almost makes you seem taller.
Well, that's usually what shoes do, but I wouldn't expect someone of your, gender to know anything about that.
Who? What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, nothing. It's just, ladies, are smarter because they have a higher rate of going off to college and all. So, I really don't expect that much.
Even if that was truthful information, Lydia, and I don't think it really has anything to do with me knowing that.
Yeah, well, maybe if you were a regional champion and state cross runner, then, it would give you like an edge or anything, but as an intelligent person like myself, I know, everyone can't win because, the winners need someone to clap for them.
You know, those sounded like very sincere words, Lydian. I'm going to give you a little round of applause for that.
Thank you. Thank you. If it was up to me, though, I would make everyone a winner, but sorry, it's not up to me.
Anyway, it's time to bring out our first guest for the night. He's a great friend. I've known him for a long time. He brings joy to children at Christmas time. And he is probably the best bowler in the state of Illinois, despite the fact he even once bought a train. I don't even think he needs any introduction. Come on out. Whoa.
What's this phony baloney?
John, what are you doing? Your band doesn't perform till the end.
You said best bowler in state.
Actually, I was referring to Nick. I mean, after all, I'm paying his manager $5,000 a minute for him to be here, and last time I checked, his average was almost double yours.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Lydian, please escort him off the stage till it's his turn to go.
I think he just struck out.
I think he did too. Pleasure for you to be here, Mr.
I'm
Nick.
glad I could be here, Ken.
Now, got a couple questions I want to ask you tonight. So, bowling seems to be a pretty big part of your life. So, I want to ask, how exactly did you get started with bowling, and what exactly are you doing with your bowling career now in life?
Well, Ken, I started when I was 2, and it started with my family going bowling, just a night out, and they gave me a little 6-pound ball, and I just crawled right on up there and pushed the ball. Fortunately, it never made it quite to the pins. Put you this way, I didn't get to throw another ball the rest of the night. But I've been bowling on varsity ever since.
On varsity?
That's
wow,
right.
That is fantastic. Now, I was reading about your biography before you came here, and you've had some very interesting life experiences that I've noticed. Like, I noticed apparently when you were 4 years old, you had an incident with 911. What exactly happened there?
Yeah, I was just taught how to call 911 an emergency. And pretty much my dad was watching a war movie. I picked up the phone and I stuck underneath his couch. And as the movie was saying some vulgar things, the 911 operator heard that. And within minutes, we had the whole SWAT team at our front door breaking down our back door.
Wow, I'm pretty sure your dad was upset over that, huh?
He wasn't pleased at all, especially considering he was in his underwear at the time.
Yeah, that's never good. And fast forward a couple years, I also read that you bought a real train for a 6-digit amount of money. Is that true, that you bought a train?
Unfortunately, yes. It was a bit of a mistake. I was on a bidding website, and what ended up happening was I meant to exit out after I saw the train on there, and I hit the bid button instead. I woke up the next morning, being a very avid eBay shopper, thought I won a movie or a new bowling ball, and it turned out I won a Metra train.
How much was it?
$992,342.
Come on, man. You know, I give you credit, though. I mean, that requires a lot of skill. I mean, almost like the time I got my ceiling carpeted.
Oh, that reminds me of the time I tried smuggling eye drops into Egypt. Whoa, I almost got in big trouble for that one.
You tried smuggling eye drops into Egypt? Oh.
It's frowned upon in America, I guess.
Oh. Do I even want to know what's next on your big agenda of plans?
Well, Ken, I plan on investing in flamingos. I just got married in Florida to my Florida lady, and we are now running and operating a flamingo farm. We're going to be holding flamingo races, which you can bet on, and we're going to have flamingo bidding wars. We're going to give them flamingos a roaring comeback.
Sure thing, Nick. I cannot wait to see when those flamingos make a comeback.
They will. I promise you, they will.
Anyways, it's time to go to our first commercial break. When we come back, we'll have a stellar performance by the band, The Suspicious Gentlemen, which apparently their bass player, John's, a little too excited to get started. Anyway, I would like to thank Nick once again for taking his time to be on the BDTV Late Show, and we will see you after the break.
In communications, arts, and technologies, we learn about the importance of lighting in the media. Quiet on the set. Amazing scene, take 34, and action.
Hello, if you're looking for a movie that will make the hairs on your head stand up with chills, the new sci-fi thriller Dark Skies could do the trick. Kerry Russell and Josh Hamilton star in this spine-tingler as wife and husband Daniel and Lucy Barrett, who live through a series of supernatural events within the family and
Cut. That lighting is horrible. We're gonna need to reshoot this. Quiet on the set. Amazing scene, take 35, and action.
If you're looking for a movie that will make the hairs on your head stand with chills, the new sci-fi thriller Dark Skies could do the trick. Kerry Russell and Josh Hamilton star in this spine-tingler as wife and husband Daniel and Lucy Barrett, who live through a series of supernatural events within the family and neighborhood. It then becomes apparent that these lethal, horrifying forces are targeting them and will stop at nothing.
Was just somebody everybody seemed to ignore. Oh, most of my days just got locked away in a basement. Well, it wasn't my fault, and everyone decided it was time for me to find that I got left behind, and I could do my best to keep up, but it didn't do much because Ian and I looked a little bit strange, and everybody they just turned and they turn around and they take a second look at me. That's why we go to be. People really ought to stop and take a second look at me. Everything comes down to how you look, not who you choose to be. Yeah. And everything comes down to how you look, not who you choose to be. Yeah. I see that time. I say thanks as it passes, looking at myself in the mirror through these glasses. You know what they say about hindsight. Looking back, I'm starting to think that they're right with everything about me that's changed, when everything that really matters has been staying the same. It's all on the surface. Wish that I had heard this, and I couldn't learn what it meant when they turn around and they take a second look at me. Everybody, 'cause I never thought that that's why we go to be. People really ought to stop and take a second look at me. Everything comes down to how you look, not who you choose to be. Yeah. And everything comes down to how you look, not who you choose to be. Yeah. the times when my life and I weren't quite looking right. And if there's anything that I've ever learned, it's that all that we're worth is all that we've earned. So when the girls all scream and stare, I can't help but think about the time that it wasn't there. It's nice, but to think about the price and the time when it wasn't that way. But now then, turn around and they take a second look at me. I'm funny 'cause I never thought that that's who I would go to be. People really ought to stop and take a second look at things and everything. I'm trying to how you learn how to be choose to be. Yeah. And everything I'm trying to how you learn how to be choose to be. Yeah.
Absolutely fantastic performance by the Suspicious Gentleman. Okay, so gentlemen, you did a fantastic job. So I just wanted to stick around and ask you a few questions. So how exactly did your band get started?
Well, initially it was just me and my brother basically just playing our drums and guitar in like our basement, and then eventually we got another guitarist along for the ride. He's not with us anymore because he had too much going on. He was too busy, so he had to take off. But eventually we got John on board, our bass player. We basically had him learn bass to join the band, really. He didn't know how to play bass, and we were like, finding a bass player is really hard, so why not convince your best friend to learn how to play bass? And then Amanda just joined us recently, and it's just been an absolute privilege to work with her. She's just a fantastic piano player and a fantastic singer, so.
Now, word on the street is you have an album possibly in the works. What is that all about?
Yeah, you know, we've had it written for a little while, and we were working on getting it out, but we've been super busy with school. So hopefully, come this holiday break, these 2 weeks will give us some time to get into the studio and get it recorded, and then hopefully we should have it out by Christmas.
That sounds fantastic. John, amazing job with the bass, sir. So what are the band's plans after high school?
Well, we're obviously really good friends outside of school and outside the band. So although we might be going our separate ways, the plan is to keep making great music and meet up whenever we get the chance because, you know, we have to.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Suspicious Gentlemen, I would like to thank them for appearing tonight. I would like to thank my good buddy Nick for appearing tonight. And we will catch you next time here on the BDTV Late Show. Good night, everybody.